What's up guys, it's Delantics. The new set trailer Celestial Gardens just dropped today, and so I'll be going over all the cards that were revealed in the new trailer. We got 4 new EXs to cover today, a bunch of new trainers and supporters, and rare candy, so let's get into it. Alright, our first reveal is Solgaleo EX. It is a stage 2 metal type with 180 HP, so that goes along the lines of Infernape, most of our stage 2s, right? But Blastoise, which we've been playing recently, Charizard, all of them are at 180, so that's the mark there. It has the ability Rising Road. So once during your turn, if this Pokemon is on your bench, you can switch it with your active Pokemon. So if this guy is riding the bench, you can swap it in for free, no matter what is in your basic, right? So if you have like a Snorlax stuck there, a Regirock, something, a Regigigas, something with 4 retreat, this guy is gonna be able to swap itself in for free. So that's super flexible. Don't need a Leaf, don't need an X speed if you run this guy. A combo might be Dialga as well. You can play around the Dialga, save the 2 energy from turboing the Solgaleo. It has the 2 cost attack for 2 metal energy, Soul Breaker, deals 120, and it also deals 10 damage to itself. So for a stage 2, the number is low, but it's a 2 energy attack, right? Similar to Gallade, where Gallade's is 70 plus 20 per energy. So to deal the same amount of damage as Gallade does, Gallade's Energized Blade is 70 plus 20 per energy, right? You're already dealing more damage than Gallade would against a 3 energy Pokemon. You deal 10 to yourself, but like that's so little when you have 180 total HP. Unlike Giratina, which drops itself from 150 to 130, you know, that's in one-shot range of pretty much everything in the game, honestly. But this, like 180 to 170, come on, like that makes no difference. I guess you will die to the Stoke Charizard. So 120 damage is not enough to one-shot like Darkrai, Giratina, but it is with the red for the Darkrai. The real kicker is, we'll talk about it later, but Rare Candy lets you skip to stage 2. If you draw it, you get lucky with it. So 2 energy attacks on Rare Candy Mons is actually really good, because then you can actually start using it. Whereas if you Rare Candied into like a 3 or 4 energy Mon, you can't really use it, right? If you get lucky, there's still no tempo play there. But on 2 energy, there is. You can start hitting really, really fast. We got a weakness to fire and a 2 retreat. Also lets you swap it in for free, but it doesn't let you swap it out for free. So you're still gonna have to pay that 2 retreat cost. But yeah, I think it's gonna be interesting. We'll have to see what Cosmoem and Cosmog do, but this, along with Rare Candy, is gonna be nice. Lunala EX, a Psychic type with 180 HP as well. Also a stage 2, evolving from Cosmoem and Cosmog. Same benchmark as everyone else on the stage 2 for the HP. It has the ability Psychic Connect. So once during your turn, you may move all Psychic energy from one of your bench Pokemon to your active Pokemon, and they have to be Psychic as well. Basically, like the biggest winner of this is going to be Giratina. No more running Dawn. You can just move all your energy from Giratina that you stacked up onto Lunala, right there. Vaporeon 2.0, yeah, it's very similar to the Vaporeon Mythical Island, but it's just Psychic Vaporeon. But it is a stage 2. But you can use this on your bench, you can use this on your active. You can move all the energy you want, wherever you want it. And it's also only a 1 retreat. So I think Vaporeon was a 2 retreat. That's going to be really nice as well. But yeah, definitely biggest winner is Giratina EX. You just generate onto Giratina and then move it to Lunala, or move it back to Giratina whenever you want with a 1 retreat cost. You can even move it into like a Mew EX for a super fast genetic hacking against Charizard, stuff like that. Psychic is already really strong, so this is going to help out a lot as well. I think it's a solid card. 3 energy, Lunar Blast for 100 damage. And note that it's 1 Psychic and 2 colorless, so you could run like a Giratina dual energy if you really wanted to. Don't think you would, but Lunala has a weakness to Dark and a 1 cost retreat. I think this 1 cost retreat is the most important thing. That is going to be super nice, given how flexible this is. You can attack with Lunar Blast and then have it tank 1 to 2 hits because it has 180 HP. And then you can retreat. You only lose 1 Psychic energy, and then you can just move all the energy that you use for Lunar Blast onto whoever's next. That's going to be really nice. You can even have like this thing face tank and then get a Lunar Blast off, swap it out, swap the 2 energy onto Giratina or wherever you want, and then boom. Next EX to talk about is Alolan Raichu. It is a 140 HP and a stage 1 evolving from Pikachu. Note that I'm pretty sure you can't evolve it from Pikachu EX, which kind of sucks. But it has a 3 cost colorless attack called Psychic. It deals 60 damage and 30 more damage for each energy attached to your opponent's active Pokemon. So this is the Alakazam effect, the Gallade effect. But note that it's 60 plus 30 for each, which is that stacks up fast, right? Against Giratina, that's 60 plus 120, 180 damage. Against Darkrai, that is 150, one-shots that as well. But then again, the other Pikachu also one-shots, but you don't lose the energy, you know? Yeah, 90, 120, 150, 180, and 60 for your breakpoints there. It being 3 colorless is also very nice. We should see a colorless Pikachu. If you're still a Gyarados hater. We also haven't seen the Water EX yet, so we'll have to see what it is. It has a weakness to fighting, as with all electrics, and a 1-cost retreat. 1-cost retreat in electric decks is a theme, and that's pretty nice to have. 3 energy colorless, that's pretty good. I mean, you could put it in an Arceus or a Dialga toolkit deck if you want. But most of the time you'll probably be using electric, right? For Lunala, you can only move it to psychic Pokemon. Rayquaza, so this is going to be part of 1, a promo pack, which you have to buy, unfortunately, but 2, it's also going to be a solo event. Like the Blastoise, like the Solgaleo EX, like the one we just have with Palmod, you're going to be able to get this for free, as long as you play during like the 2-week mission time. You won't get the full art, but you'll get the regular card, but it's going to be the same attack, same effect. Rayquaza EX has 140 HP and it's a basic colorless. It has the 4-cost colorless attack Draco Meteor. One of your opponent's Pokemon is chosen at random 4 times, and then for each time a Pokemon is chosen, deal 40 damage to it. So this is a different Dragonite, a different Wugtrio for 40 damage. And it's 4-cost colorless with, as a basic. It has weakness to electric and a 2 retreat. Trio is 3 for 50, so 150 total. Dragonite is 4 for 50, so 200 total, and this is 4 for 40, so 160 total, if you're lucky enough to just hit it all in one person. But it is RNG. I mean, y'all comparing it to Dragonite and Wugtrio, the thing is, it's a basic, and it's a colorless as well. Getting 4 energy on any Pokemon is hard anyway, so honestly, it being a basic doesn't matter that much, but it's still significant, right? 160 total, and 140 HP. It's not an EX. Yeah, it's an EX as well, so it does cost 2 life. I don't think this is going to be that good, to be honest. Pair with Dialga, yeah. If you were to pair it with anyone, you'd pair it with Dialga. If you love the Dragonite thing and you hate the electric plus water, this is a card for you, right? I think there'll be a sick Dragonite, a Dragon type, whenever Hoenn comes out, so more excited about that. Any new tools? Not yet, but we've only seen like 25 cards out of the 2-pack set. Here we go. This is the kicker for me, at least. Rare Candy. So it's a new item, new trainer, not a supporter. Choose one of your basic Pokemon in play. If you have a stage 2 card in your hand that evolves from that Pokemon, put that card onto the basic Pokemon to evolve it immediately, skipping the stage 1. You can't use this card during your first turn or on a basic Pokemon that was put into play on this turn as well. The conditions for this are it can't be on your first turn, and they have to be, you have to put them on the field last turn. So the exact same as evolving into stage 1. But you get to skip the stage 1. You don't have to have it in your hand at all. As long as you have the stage 2 in your hand, you can evolve over the stage 1, or you can skip the stage 1 completely and just evolve into it. So if you have Charmander on your bench, you play it. Next turn, you can evolve directly from Rare Candy onto stage 2. You get that Charizard EX with Stoke out. If you have it in your active, you can then immediately play it, so you don't have to swap it out. I think this is going to be crazy good for all the stage 2 decks. I think it's like a 2-copy must run. I think you want to run more Ionos than Calms now, because you can search both the stage 1 and Rare Candy. You can draw into it with Iono, whereas the Pokecom, right? You can only search the stage 1, but you can't draw into Rare Candy. So in the actual physical TCG, a lot of people just dropped their stage 1s completely and relied on playing Rare Candy. However, in this game, it's a 20 card limit, and you have no way to search items right now, so I feel like you still want to run the stage 1s. Maybe you can drop it to 1 and if you want to play more supporters, but it's gonna be nice. Yeah, a lot of past decks, we'll be talking about them shortly. The Charizard needs to be in your hand to use the Rare Candy, yes, but you can skip Charmeleon completely. Into Gardevoir, yeah, tons of old decks are gonna get buffed by this. I think the biggest winners right now are Charizard EX, the Shining Revelry one. So Charizard EX Shining Revelry was like not meta at all, but with this one, if you have Charmander in your active, you play it first turn, and then turn 2, you can Rare Candy into Charizard EX, and then boom, right? You already have it. You have 1 energy for your turn, you can attach Stoke, and then next turn you're hitting for 150 every turn. So that's crazy. Crazy good. Dragonite, yep. Any stage 2 is gonna get buffed. I think another huge winner of this is Rampardos. People are saying like it may work, it might not work. I'm pretty certain it'll work, because how the fossils work, right, is it's an item, but as soon as you play it, it treats itself as a basic Pokemon. So you can already attach capes to it, you can heal it with potions, and to me, that means you can also Rare Candy it, because in the text, it literally reads, treat this as a basic Pokemon, and Rare Candy just says basic Pokemon. So I am pretty sure you'll be able to just do this with any fossil. So that's gonna help out the Kabutops player a lot. The Shieldon, Bastiodon. But the biggest winner in my eyes is Rampardos. You can freaking turn 2 Rampardos, and you only have 1 energy. The way the cards read, it should work. Maybe they'll have an exception, but the way the cards read, it should work. The Moltres Charizard was already good. And then Meowscarada Beedrill is also going to get a boost. You can use it for both. If you just draw into the Beedrill, that's going to help with not having to draw into Kakuna as well. Greninja, you might see more Greninja stalls as well. But yeah, I think this is going to be a crazy card. It's going to buff the new Pokemon we just got, Solgaleo and Lunala. Going to get those out way faster. And everything in the game that is a stage 2 going to be out way faster as well. I think the biggest winners again are Charizard Stoke and the fossils if they work on them. Yeah, and it is an item, not a supporter, so I think you totally 2 of this one, and then maybe 1 of your stage 1 or 2 of your stage 1. And it is going to be really nice. I think this has a good chance to shake up the meta, which is great. No really freaking basics everywhere, man. I'm sick of it. Rotom Dex. This is another item, not a supporter. Look at the top card of your deck, and then you can shuffle your deck if you want to. If you don't, I don't think you. Yeah, it says you may, right? So you don't have to shuffle your deck. It's really not that good. Since we only have 20 card decks, it's just not good enough to run. You know, you have tools, you have so many supporters, you have so many potions to run. Like, you're never using this crap. It would have been cool in the first set when people were like still doing like Slab plus Porygon tech, but nowadays there's too many good cards to run this. So our first immersive reveal is Lily. It is a supporter. So this is our first immersive supporters, and I don't know how I feel about that, to be honest, but it exists. There you go. So Lily heals 60 damage from one of your stage 2 Pokemon. So good in literally any stage 2 deck. 60 heal is the biggest item heal we've seen ever. Yet. There is one that heals your entire health, but we'll see that later. This is the biggest we've seen yet. But 60 damage from your stage 2. So any stage 2, Charizard, Dragonite, Venusaur has like 2 billion heals now. Any stage 2 is going to be good with this. Solgaleo, Lunala, anything. I think you would run at least 1 of these, probably 2. I mean, most decks with heals run like 2 Erica or 2 Arita. So yeah, solid card for stage 2s. We'll see like if the meta is already like built out to one-shotting, but you know, all these stage 2s have 180 HP, 190 HP, 170 HP. So this is going to be really good. You're going to be able to survive some 2-shots with this for sure. Next up, we got Lima. I don't know. I didn't play this game. Put one of your colorless Pokemon that has damage onto it into your hand. So this is a Koga for all colorless. Koga was only Muck and Weezing. This is for literally any colorless in the game. I think it's going to be a nice card. Really. I do think so. Because think about it, right? You're going to be using this on your colorless basics. And a lot of them are just super tanky with like 4 retreat cost as the punishment. But, you know, Snorlax, 140 HP shield. Boom, just play it down and bounce it back to your hand. Effectively a full heal, and then it's also a leaf, a retreat for free, right? But you do have to draw the Lima. Yeah, Berry, gonna benefit Snorlax as well. It is gonna trash all your energy on it, but if you just don't do anything, just don't attach energy to it, let it tank, and then Lima it away, you have no more danger at all. I think biggest winners from this, Snorlax might be a win from this. I think the biggest winner is that I can think of is Kangaskhan. You can just expend 1 energy and then bounce it back. You're hitting for 30 on a coin flip every turn. Bye dude, bye barrel. Yep, true. Rayquaza as well is a colorless, but I mean, I don't really see that working because it needs 4 energy. I don't know why you would bounce it. I don't think you'd ever want to bounce it back to your hand. Yeah, rank season ends in 27th, and then the new set comes out on the 30th. It's like a Koga for all Pokemon, exactly. For all colorless. And then there's still going to be a colorless EX that should come out as well. So we don't know what that is yet. So maybe that will do, probably that will be great with Lima. Maybe it's a basic. But yeah, Koga for your dudes. Heal, free tank, bounce it back, and you don't have to retreat anymore. So nice card for sure. Alright guys, next supporter is Kiawe. We saw like 7 supporters. Choose one of your Alolan Marowak or Turtonator. Take 2 fire energy from your energy zone and attach it to that Pokemon, and your turn immediately ends. This is going to be a great excel for those 2 cards. You can attach your turn energy and then attach 2 extra fire energy. So you can get 3 energy on 1 Pokemon per turn, but it has to be Alolan Marowak or Turtonator. We'll have to see what Turtonator does. We do know what Alolan Marowak does. Yeah, that's gonna be nice with those cards. You can attach your energy and then attach 2, and then that'll be online on the next turn. You can't attack because you end your turn though. So it's the same condition as the Giratina EX, but you're getting 3 energy per turn instead of 2. Alolan Marowak is a 110 HP fire, stage 1. So the HP is kind of low, but it makes sense given like how fast the ramp is. 3 cost attack Burning Boomerang. Flip 2 coins, it deals 70 damage for each heads, and if at least one of them is heads, your opponent's active Pokemon is now burn. And what burn is you can flip to get it off every turn. If you flip heads, you're going to clear it. But if not, it deals 20 damage per tick, which is crazy. So if they don't clear the burn, that is 20 damage plus whatever your Burning Boomerang is. 2 heads, that is going to be 140 damage plus the 20 burn. So 160, one-shots a lot of the stuff in the meta right now. And also, it's going to take care of Solgaleo as well, because it's metal and this is a fire type. Yeah, 2 fire energy, 1 colorless, and then with the supporter, you know, you get all 3 of that energy in 1 turn. Next turn, you can start attaching your energy onto another Pokemon because you already have 3 on this guy from the last turn. But yeah, it's gonna be nice. Weakness to water and to retreat. You don't even have to put in a fire deck because of the supporter. Yep, that's true. I think you would, but you don't have to. New Cubone has colorless? Oh yeah, probably. Considering the dude gives you 2 fire. Artwork's so good. Oh yeah, very nice art. Very nice art. And it'll be better. It'll look a lot better when it's not like a screenshot from the trailer while it's moving. Lana. You can use this card only if you have Arachnid in play. Switch one of your opponent's bench Pokemon to the active spot. So we don't know what Arachnid does yet, but this is a Cyrus where they don't have to be damaged. So you could play Arachnid on your bench and then use this in any deck, honestly, if you really wanted to. But it's a Cyrus where they don't have to be damaged before, so that's obviously very strong. Arachnid is a stage 1. I mean, hey, if you really wanted to, you could run this in literally any deck because they can just be on your bench. Importantly, this takes up like the water supporter slot because generally there's like 1 supporter per type. So no more freaking Misty, Arita, no new water buff card. Thank goodness. Yeah, we don't know what Arachnid does, but right now it's a Cyrus with no damage, or a Sabrina where you can always choose which gets swapped in. So very good card as long as Arachnid is like okay or decent, and you don't have to run Arachnid in your active spot. You don't even have to run a water deck to run this. You can just run Arachnid in any deck. Mallow. Heal all damage from one of your Shiinotic or Sarina. If you do, discard all energy from that Pokemon. So we don't know what Shiinotic or Sarina does yet, but that is a full heal. It does discard all energy from Pokemon, but you can just put it into your active slot as a tank and full healed away. This is the biggest heal we've seen yet in Pocket, but we have no idea what Shiinotic and Serena do, so we'll see about that. I mean, Shiinotic is a stage 1, right? Serena is a stage 2. There's an existing Shiinotic. It's a stage 1, 90 HP. Flickering Spores for 50 damage, 2 energy, and it puts the Pokemon to sleep. We'll have to see what Serena does when it comes out, and there's going to be a new Shiinotic, I'm sure. Alright, Acerola. Choose one of your Palossand or Mimikyu that has damage on it and move 40 of its damage to your opponent's active Pokemon. If Palossand and Mimikyu are good, you're bouncing 40 damage onto their Pokemon. You can kill them with that. That's gonna be fun. We'll have to see what Palossand and Mimikyu do, but direct 40 damage on top of whatever your attack is, or if they're below 40 HP or at 40 HP, that's a clear, you know? And then you can attack whatever Pokemon they put in next. You heal 40 and they receive 40? Exactly, yeah, that's so much value. We got the starters, we got Rowlet, 60 HP, 1 energy leafage for 20 damage. We got Litten, the Lit Cat, 60 HP, 1 energy heat tackle, 30 damage, deals 10 to itself, so that's nice. Hey, 30 damage on 1 energy. We got Poplio, 60 HP, 20 damage water gun for 1 energy. This is all just like basic stuff. Weak to electric, weak to water, weak to fire. 10 damage on stage 1, yeah. I mean, it's like a worse Spiritomb. It's a Cyrus supplier. Does it stack with Red or Giovanni? No, Red and Giovanni only affect the active Pokemon. I mean, if you hit the active, yeah, it works with them, but you're going to be using this to like mark the bench. Same thing you do with like Rotom. We'll just have to see what Decidueye does. Maybe it deals bonus damage to like already damaged Pokemon like Weavile does. Maybe it can do that to a bench Pokemon. Maybe it just nuke a bench Pokemon. We'll have to see. I imagine like that's the design theme they're going to go with. But yeah, it doesn't work with Giovanni or Red if they're on the bench. Same thing with him only. EX. That'd be cool, hopefully. I mean, I really wanted a freaking Impolon EX, man. We haven't seen fire, water, or grass yet. We've seen metal, psychic, and electric. So those 3 are still open. We'll see, we'll see. There's 2 versions of the starters. 60 health Litten, fire damage, 20 damage attack scratch compared to the other one. This one deals 30 and 10 to itself. And I feel like you'd run this one always over the other one. Sun and moon variants? Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. I mean, there's freaking sun and then moon. Yeah, that checks out. That checks out. Poplio, 60 HP, water gun, 20 damage. 60 HP, 1 cost sing, and it is a colorless. That's also a key. Your opponent's active Pokemon is now asleep. We'll have to see what the evolutions do, but, you know, 1 energy sleep is probably one of the best things you can get on your basic that evolves into stage 2. Alolan Meowth, we don't know what Persian does, but 60 HP, 20 damage scratch, weak to grass, 1 retreat. Alolan Vulpix, 60 HP. It has the attack Call Forth Cold. Take a water energy from your energy and attach to this Pokemon, so it ramps itself. Similar to the old Execute for the Psychic Executor. Ramps onto itself only. I mean, you could retreat it in Dawn, but we'll have to see what Alolan Ninetales does. Alolan Ninetales EX sounds sick, by the way. That sounds awesome. I'm not gonna lie. Weakness to metal because ice and then 1 retreat. We'll just have to see what dude does, the Ninetales. Or Cororo, 70 HP. A 2-cost Dazzle Dance for 40 damage. Your opponent's active Pokemon is now confused. So I don't know if y'all saw yesterday or on Tuesday when I battled my boy BB Chillin'. I played against this freaking Miss Magius deck and I got confused every single turn. I flipped like 6 turns in a row. I got Tails 6 times in a row and we got locked out so hard by confusion. So if you love doing that, there it is. Cororo, 70 HP Psychic as well. 1 cost Spiteful Dance. If any of your Pokemon were knocked out by damage from an attack during your opponent's last turn, this attack deals 60 more damage. So it's a Marshadow for 1 energy only instead of 2, and it's Psychic, and it deals 80 damage total with a 20 base. Marshadow is 40 to 100, but it's a 1 energy Marshadow, which is really nice considering, like, whenever you play Marshadow, right, you have to think about playing down 2 energy, but this one you could totally just play this from your hand. Like, you can just hide it, play it down, attach an energy, X-speed it in, boom. Most of the time, you're just going to put it on your bench, though, and have the threat. So you don't have to friggin' X-speed it away, but you can surprise people with this if you want. Probably, I assume it's a dark weakness. New coin and playmat with Rayquaza, yeah, it's a pack. Shaman, it's like an anniversary set. There's a chance, because it's the game's half anniversary. Maybe they're nice enough to give it away for free, but probably not, considering it's a 2-star. I appreciate y'all coming out. I'll have a YouTube video out on this, and then TikToks every day from now on, until the set releases, and then after that we'll start doing deck lists as well. Check out our Discord, we got a trading channel, we got all of the cards are posted there, all my deck lists are posted there, discussions, trading, you got it. And this video I'm playing right now is on my page. So peace and love, guys. Much love, bye bye.